Okay, well, this is Jonathan Dupree, and we're going to go ahead and get started here in just 1 second. I'm setting up the recording, and if you guys are on Patreon, I will post it there. Give me 1 second, though. So I'm going to unmute the lines in just a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. This morning, you should see my screen, and you should see the login to, or you should see my back end of KV Core. And this morning, I posted that this is going to be a very basic class, and it's simply on how to do two things and then some thought processes behind it. How to set up your landing pages and how to set up looks like we might be doing a new class. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's new reports, traffic reports. Are you guys seeing that? Is that showing up too? That pop-up that just popped up? That just happened. So
yes,
I'll have to check. Perfect. I'll have to check that out and see what that's all about. Maybe someone on here already has. So what we're going to focus on today is really just the thought process behind how to use squeeze pages for buyers, squeeze pages for sellers, and then landing pages, how to combine both of those together. And then some things that I'm doing to generate some leads, and maybe just you can take an idea and build upon that and have even more success than I'm having and share those results with everyone. So let's just dive into it. So I'm in the back office of KV Core, and just in case some people are on here who know nothing about KV Core, when you log in, it's usually going to look like this. And if you don't know what those icons are over on the left-hand side, yeah.
Someone does not have their mic muted, and we can hear them.
All right. Well, I have clicked mute all participants, and somehow it didn't. Let me try it one more time. Okay, so now everyone should be muted. Thank you, Shelly. I appreciate that. So if you know nothing at all about KV Core and you log in, you might be a little bit confused and go, I don't know where to go. Right next to the EXP logo at the top left-hand side, there are 3 horizontal bars, and if you click on it, it will expand the menu out just like that, and you can see what everything is. This is not an overview of KV Core. We're only going to focus on squeeze pages and landing pages today. But your smart CRM is where those leads are going to go. You'll also see them here on your dashboard, your newest leads that come to your site. But if you click on Smart CRM, that's where you're going to see all of your leads. That's where you're going to click on to communicate with them, to take notes when you're having conversations with them. Listings is just that. It's all the listings in your MLS. And you can search by agent, by street, by company, by area, zip code. Now you can search by map, it looks like. So that's really cool. Marketing autopilots, your smart campaigns, your drip campaigns that you can build. We're going to focus on this last tab right here, lead engine. So when you click on lead engine, what happens is it opens up these different platforms that you can create leads. And you have landing page, you have IDX squeeze page, you have your lead drop, you have CMA builder, bulk import, call capture, millions mapped, and the open house app. Which, if you're not using the Open House app, just a side note, great app to use. And I have a coaching client, her name's Nannery, and she did an open house this past weekend, utilized that app and loved it and said, oh my gosh, this was so easy, and it was so easy to share. She was doing all this extra work, and when I said, here are a couple things you can do in KV Core, you don't have to do all of all that you're doing. And so the app worked well for her at her open house. So we're going to look at these top 2, landing page and squeeze page. We're going to start with squeeze pages first. Then we'll shift to landing page. The difference between a landing page and a squeeze page is that a landing page is going to ask for information up front. It's going to ask for a phone number, an email address. The squeeze page is actually going to give you the information that you're seeking. You're going to see it. And then the moment that you click on it, it's then going to prompt you for information. It's going to give you a prompt to put in your name, set up an account, create your search. That's the difference between a landing page and a squeeze page. So we'll start here. You'll see a drop-down box under IDX squeeze page, and it says, please select domain. And then I just click that drop-down box, and there'll only be one domain, yours. You're going to select it, so you'll see my name there. I click it, and then I'm going to hit the green button that says Start Building. And when this page opens up, at the top, I have a couple of options, and I'm just going to collapse this so we'll see more screen here. I have multi-property, single property, seller squeeze page. Multi-property is going to be lots of properties. If I click on single property, you'll see it change, and it's going to ask for the listing ID in this third box down. That's going to be a one home squeeze page. And then the seller squeeze page is going to be your home valuation squeeze page. We're going to start with multi-property. So let me go back to the first one that you'll be on when you click on here. Maybe my computer is, there we go. So now we have some options in the search criteria, and we're going to, I want you to think of how somebody searches real estate. And it might be, for now, we'll do homes that are, let's just do my city. I'll type in Baton Rouge, and you'll see it start auto-populating. And you'll see I have options: county, city, neighborhood, South Baton Rouge, North Baton Rouge. I'm going to click city, Baton Rouge. Listing type, if I click on it, I can leave it blank and it'll show everything, or I can just select an option. So let's do single family. I could leave the price blank if I want to, but I want to do all the homes for sale in Baton Rouge, 150,000 to 300,000. I'll leave the square foot empty. Beds, let's put at least 3 bedrooms and at least 2 baths. Options. I have lots of options here. Just listed, walkable, fixer-upper. I'm not going to read all of these. Yours might be a little different too, because it's going to pull from within your MLS what those keywords are. I'm not, in this particular squeeze page, I'm not going to put anything special, but we're going to circle back to this in just a second when we go over a landing page and combining a landing page with a squeeze page. So under source, this is if you're going to post this squeeze page somewhere particular, like specifically on Nextdoor, specifically on a Google AdWords campaign, and you want to be able to track where those leads came from, then you can. So if I knew this was going to be on Facebook business page, I could put that as a source, and I'll know, okay, this lead came from this squeeze page on my Facebook business page. Hashtag is searchable. So if you want to tag a lead that comes to your squeeze page, and you want to search all the, I might tag it 150K, 300K, and I can quickly find potential buyers, and it'll show me the buyers that landed on this squeeze page, since this is 150,000 to 300,000, and then other squeeze pages as well. So when I go into my smart CRM, I could just use the hashtag 150K, 300K and find all my buyers within that price range. And then I'm going to click the green generate link button at the very bottom. And when I do that, it's going to populate 2 links. The top link, you'll see it says PPC link. That is pay-per-click link. So if you're using Google AdWords, you'd want to use this top link. And then the short link is the one that you would use most of the time. Let's see. Someone sent me a chat. I just want to make sure. Have I ever experienced the area not populating what you want? Yeah, that has happened sometimes, and that would be a MLS issue. If you're typing in a subdivision and it's just not showing up, that's what that why that would happen. So here's my squeeze page, and I just want to make sure I don't lose my landing page I made just a second ago. All right, so here's the deal. Once you create this squeeze page, you need to open a new tab, and you need to paste it in that tab and bookmark it. That's my landing page. Why didn't it copyright? So you want to bookmark it. Here's the squeeze page, and you'll see it's going to show all the listings in Baton Rouge. There's 2,493 listings, 104 new ones, 416 that had been reduced, 29 foreclosures, 13 short sales. And this is a squeeze page. When they stay on this page long enough or click on one of the properties, it's going to prompt them to log in, to create an account and log in. Now, you want to make sure, again, that you bookmark this and name it like homes for sale. You'll see I've already got some squeeze pages made. So if I go over here to real estate and down at the bottom, if you guys can see my bookmarks, you'll see homes in 70817. This is a seller valuation page for 70817. Here's a real estate deals, like price reductions landing page. So you have to bookmark these because they're not saved anywhere, and you can't go back and edit them. You have to just go recreate a new one. So if you want to make a change, what's really good is I need to reply to my son, or he will not stop texting me. So you want to make sure that you save it and bookmark it so that you can name it something that you'll remember. Let me open up the chat again. You could track in a Google Sheet. I mean, if you wanted to just save it, but I save it in my bookmarks because then I can pull up my phone and I can open up. I use Chrome, and so it's on my computer and phone, and I can just pull up my bookmarks and I can share that squeeze page really quickly with somebody just by clicking on it and sharing it. So you could do however you want to. There's not a right or wrong way. It's just what you find works. It's easy for me to share it that way. If that makes sense. What kind of squeeze pages would you make? Well, let's talk about it for a second. I think you could go into, this is a keyword tool, and there's tons of them out there. I just pulled one up, but I could type in real estate, and it'll pull up keywords, and I can see what people would be searching. Now this is a lot of real estate sales, so let's just type in homes for sale. And I can see some of the phrases, and I'll bring some of these phrases over into my landing pages, but it also might give me some ideas of landing pages that I might make. So in the summertime, I made a landing page for all the homes for sale in Baton Rouge, $200,000 to $400,000 that had a swimming pool. And I had a picture of a cow in a swimming pool that I just found online. And and then I said, it's so hot, even the cows are looking for homes with swimming pools. Click here to see all the homes for sale, $200,000 to $400,000 in Baton Rouge with a swimming pool. So you can, all you have to do on your squeeze page is down here when I'm in choosing my options. I could take out the prices and not even have a minimum and a maximum. I could just leave it like that. And down here under the options, here's pool. And so I select pool. I could also go, you know what? I don't only want homes with a pool. I want homes with a pool that are on a golf course. And now I can go over here and generate my link. It's going to give me a new link. And let's just see. I don't even know how many homes there are on a golf course with a pool. And here they are. So here's a squeeze page with all the homes in Baton Rouge with a pool on a golf course. There's 40 something of them, it said up there at the top. So you can get really creative in how you, I'm going to bookmark this one because this is actually a good one. And so I'll just save it and I can share it really quickly. Now, I might do something like, let's go to Facebook real quick. And I'm going to go to, I'm sorry, guys, my computer's running super slow. So I'm going to type a quick message. Check out all the homes for sale in Baton Rouge on the golf course with a swimming pool. And then we'll do a little hashtag, living the life. And I'm going to post it. And so now I just posted that squeeze page on my Facebook real estate page. It's going to post eventually. And there we go. Here's the post right here. So let's go back into here and let's think about how we want to make squeeze pages. You might break them down and make multiple squeeze pages with price points like 150 to 200, 200 to 250. You might go in $50,000 increments or $100,000 increments. Think of your average sales prices in the markets and how they're broken down. And you might create multiple squeeze pages in all of those areas and those price points, and then you might make a squeeze page for all those. You can click on this option and just look at all the options. Some of the ones that I would create, I would maybe do all the price reductions in my market. You might do a new construction squeeze page. You can do all the new construction homes that have been built. Short sales, if there's a lot in your market. Think about how people are searching, and you can go into your options and see all the options available and make lots and lots and lots of squeeze pages. And again, that squeeze page, they're going to see exactly what. So when someone clicks on this link that I just posted on Facebook, they're expecting to see homes on the golf course with a swimming pool. They're not expecting to see put your name in to get my special list, because it says that's not what the text says. So when they click here, this is it, and they're seeing it right away. I mean, look, golf course, waterfront, golf course, waterfront, golf course. And so they're seeing exactly, and they might see this one and go, "Ooh, reduce. Let me click on it." And then when they click, it's going to force them to register to get the information. And so now I've created a lead. That's how a squeeze page works. Let's go to landing pages. So I'm going to go over here to lead engine. And just in case I need to see the menu to follow me, we're going to go to lead engine. And the first option says landing page. And I'm going to click on my domain. And I'm going to click start building, the green button. And it's going to open this up. Let's talk about this page for a second. So this page is everything is editable. I can edit this logo. I can click in the text here. And so I can change all of this text or just some of it. So I can say Baton Rouge real estate deals, drastic price reductions. So I might go back to that keyword list that I was telling you. And I might put in homes reduced. And now I might look at this homes reduced today, reduce homes for sale. And so I might come in here and pick some of these phrases up to put into my, I'm going to open this chat in just a second, guys. So if you're asking a question, just hang tight with me. So I might use some of those keywords on this landing page that I am building. Baton Rouge real estate deals. So I might instead of Baton Rouge real estate deals, I might say Baton Rouge. I might say something like this: homes for sale in Baton Rouge. Something like that. And I can change all of these. I can just click in the box and just change the text in here. And this list will update every day for them. Now, you can do one of two things. So if I look across the top, landing type, if I select that, this is the lead generation one. But I could do a video plus lead, content hijack, text lead, address capture, Facebook chat. There's so many different kinds you can do, but let's just say video plus lead. Maybe you record a video on YouTube and it just says, "Hi, this is Jonathan Dupree. Thanks for visiting my website. Listen, I've got a great list of homes that have been reduced today, and you can take advantage of them right now. So go ahead and put in your email address and phone number and click the button that says see the list now to see this list of homes recently reduced." And that's it. That's my video. And I upload it to YouTube, and I'm just going to post the YouTube ID, the link in this box right here, and that will put my video in there. If you don't like video, you don't have to do video. You can just click on lead generation. It's going to take that away, and I can just use the web page. This next one, URL after the login, is optional. So if you don't put anything, they're going to click see the list, and when they put in their name and phone number and say see the list, it's going to go into your database. It's going to notify you have a new lead. But then you're going to need to call them or email them and find out exactly what they're looking for investment wise to set them up on a search. Or if you want to go back into a new tab and go to squeeze page, just like we built our squeeze page before. And I'm going to type in Baton Rouge. And I'm going to select city. And I'm just waiting for my computer. I go to options, and I'm going to select reduced. And if source, I'm going to put landing page, because this squeeze page is going on a landing page. Generate link. I'm going to copy this short link right here. So I just made a squeeze page for homes reduced in Baton Rouge. I'm going to go back up into my tab of my landing page I was making. So where it says URL after login, let's paste the squeeze page that we just made. I could use a hashtag reduced. And then all the way over here, there's a yellow orange button, and it says save. I'm going to click that. This is telling you you won't be able to edit this page. You can't go back. So bookmark it after you make it. So I click OK. And now this link up here in the top, this is what I want to bookmark. So I'm going to click my bookmark, and then I'm going to say reductions Baton Rouge. Done. So now I've saved it. So when someone comes to this, says homes for sale in Baton Rouge recently reduced, and then they put in their email address, cell phone, and then they click see the list now. This is really cool. So what's going to happen is it's a landing page tied together with a squeeze page. So now it brings them to the list. Here are all the homes that are reduced in Baton Rouge, and there is 416 reductions reduced, and there's 104 new listings. So you'll see all these blue. I don't want to click. I'm sorry, I'm clicking on a picture, but you'll see right above all the houses the little blue label that says reduced, 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 reduced. These are all the reductions. So they're seeing exactly what I just told them they were going to see. So that's how you can combine a landing page with a squeeze page. Now you can get creative in landing pages. You can make landing pages for recruiting agents. You can make landing pages for buyers, for sellers. I mean, there's so many. They even give you, I'm just going to go back into here and start building just to show you some samples real quick. I can go and do, here's a recruiting one. There's maybe you want to focus on, I have someone who's a veteran and they want to focus on military, and you can change these pictures. So like when I'm in here, if I want to change any of the background picture, that's what this background tab is up at the top. So I can make it a map. I can make it the lady. I can make it the exterior of a home, kitchen. So I've got all kind of options here. I can even do a custom background where I can upload my own image. If you're uploading your own image, make sure it's a high quality image. And if it's not yours, make sure it's one that you purchased. But there's just so many different ways backgrounds you can choose, and then ways you can use landing pages. So it's a great tool for you to use. And if you want to throw a video in there, just do the video. And now you're going to have your video here, and this is where you're going to post your YouTube ID of the video. And all that means is you can, when you go to share a video, it'll say youtube.com/ and then some numbers. That's your ID. You're going to post that in this ID box, and it's going to auto populate and put that video right there for you. Really easy to do. You might do a landing page to get your free weekly real estate tips, and you have a video that says, hey, opt in to get my free tips. Let me open up some of the questions here real quick. And then I'll unmute the microphones as well. Have you ever had an issue with a short link wouldn't go to the page? No, I've never had an issue. Someone needs to mute out their mic. Let's see. Let me go back here to the chat again. I've never had that issue. I use later, and I've never had that issue. Can you create a squeeze page to view yourself without getting prompted to sign up? If you're already logged in, so it's kind of glitchy. Sometimes it lets me view it without logging in, and then sometimes it will. Let's just see what it does. So I'm viewing the squeeze page. I'm viewing the property. And it's not asked me yet to sign up, but probably because I'm signed in already. But there are times, even when I'm signed in, that it will let me view and it won't let me view. When I generate the link and post in the search bar, it comes up and says no properties found. I have to click on all. So I'm not sure exactly what you're doing, but when you generate the link, it would depend. Maybe there are no properties in with the specific options. If you're not careful and you're in here in the squeeze page section, I'm trying to see. Let me go back into here. If you're not careful and you've selected an option here, something that there isn't, you don't realize you had it in there, adult 55 and older or whatever, and there's not any search, anything in your MLS tagged after that, it's not going to pull up in the search. And then when you click all properties on the squeeze page, this is going to pull up everything for sale in your market. So that would, I'd have to see exactly what you're putting in your search for that to happen. But it should, when you're clicking on all properties, so if I'm on a search, let me get back to a page, a squeeze page.
Hey, Jonathan.
Yep.
On that one, I was doing it specifically exactly how you had it. And when I clicked through it, so I didn't add any extras, and it still came up and said that there weren't any properties available. But then and it said there were 1,400 available in my area. So I did the exact same thing that you did. And
then when you
I don't know if it's a glitch.
And then when you click this first top one right up here, see where it says on my computer, all listings in Baton Rouge, total $24.93.
Mm-hmm.
So yours showed nothing, and then but then when you clicked that, it pulled up.
Correct. Yep, I did the options that you did, and I don't know if it's in Nebraska. We just started in May, so I don't know if there might be a glitch that they're still working through.
What happens when you're in your back office and on the left-hand side above lead engine where it says listings? When you hit listings, do listings show up?
They do show up on the KV Core side where we hit the listings. Yep, they'll all show up there.
Huh. I don't mind hopping on afterwards if you want, if you want me to, and to see exactly what's happening.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can. I don't know without seeing it though.
Not a problem. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sorry, my dogs are going nuts. I'm the only one here, and someone just rang my doorbell. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm just reading some of the questions. I've searched things that are in MLS but not in KV Core, which is frustrating. I don't know, it's a KV Core issue, and you'd have to reach out to them and find out why it's in MLS and not pulling, because it's an IDX data feed. So it's just pulling the data feed straight from MLS, and everything shows up in mine. And in fact, it's easier for me to use KV Core than it is for me to use my own MLS. Can you do a squeeze or landing page and capture a lead in a different CRM? There is a Zapier integration for KV Core, and I've tried to get them into contextually from KV Core, and it's been really difficult to do. You could export your leads and import them, but you got to constantly do that. But you could try. Zapier does have a KV Core integration, and if you figure out how to make it work smoothly, then let me know. When using a landing page with lead plus video, and then we put a URL after the video link, can that be set as a lead plus video too? In other words, on the URL after the link, can it be a video? Yeah, that URL can be anything you want it to be. So that URL is a redirect. What it's saying is, so you could do a video plus lead gen landing page, and your video will show on the landing page, and it'll have a spot for their information, their email and phone number. And then when they hit the submit button, that URL button is saying, when they hit submit, do you want it to go somewhere else, or just to say thank you for we've received your information, and takes them to your website? So if you if you put in a link that takes them to a video, it'll just redirect them to a video, and still put their information in your database. Landing page, how many to be created? I would have as many as you can get creative in making. I use landing pages all the time and have lots of different kinds. You want to have some for agent attraction. You want to have some for referrals. I created a landing page for agents in my revenue share organization to send me a referral. Now, I'm getting off the subject here, so I'll circle back to this at the end, and maybe someone can remind me if I forget, because I use BombBomb a lot, and I make a lot of my landing pages in there that aren't specific to real estate clients. And I made a landing page for agents in my revenue share to send me agent referrals that they wanted me to call for them and do set up a meeting and presentation, almost like the easy button for them who didn't have the time to focus or didn't know how to recruit agents or how to do a presentation. When you post to Facebook or Twitter, does it post to your personal page or is it a general post? So if you're talking about that question, post to, if you're talking about when you click like more options and then post to Facebook, share to Facebook, then it's going to go to the Facebook account you have set up in your profile. And so let me show you. Let me pull up that last question on hijack content. Let's go to lead. I've never used this one, so I don't really know. It looks the same to me, except it looks like it's a takeaway. See the list now. No thanks. Take me to what I wanted. I know. So this might be like a pop-up landing page if someone were on, or if you were creating a page somewhere else and it was like, oh, by the way, here's my list of great real estate deals in Baton Rouge. See the list now. No thanks. Take me to what I wanted. And then that's going to bring them back to whatever, to a squeeze page they were going to or something like that. So it's kind of like a you posted an ad on Facebook or somewhere like that, and then when they clicked it, instead of taking them right to the ad, it took them to this page, and then it says see the list now, or no thanks, bring me to the other page I was trying to get to. So it's like hijacking the content where they were going to originally and bringing them over here, and then hoping they would say see the list. If not, no thanks, take me back to where I was originally going, which is going to probably be another squeeze page or landing page anyway. So that's what that is. I'm going to unmute the lines and just see if you guys have any questions, and then I'll show you this landing page I did for people on my revenue share. So unmute. All right, you guys are unmuted. So if you would mute yourself, just so that we don't hear you talking in the background. And if you want to ask a question, you can unmute yourself and ask a question. So any questions on buyer pages and squeeze pages? Very simple stuff.
I have a question about attracting buyers.
Okay.
I didn't see that on the landing page, the landing type.
So when I'm on a landing page, I can make it whatever I want. So this is just a template, right? So do you see my computer right now?
Yes.
So I can change this headline, and I can say something like first time home buyers special financing, or whatever your heading is.
Okay.
And then all these where it says drastic price reductions, get your down payment covered. So I can just click on these and edit these and add more that I want. And I'll make it then it now is a buyer. I
got it.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I have a question.
Okay.
I used to use Facebook ads to generate leads, but since our algorithm has changed recently, it's really been dismal results from it. So I want to try to find some new ways to get leads in, and I was thinking about doing a contest,
Okay.
to do like a giveaway.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that the landing page could be a very good way to capture information to do a contest with. Any advice on how to do that, or how to
Well, you know,
generate
I'd make your submit button say enter the contest or enter the drawing, and I'd do a video. I'd make it a video lead gen landing page so that you could make a video talking about what the contest is, so everyone really understands. And you know, so I mean that's just my initial thought in it. I'd have to put some thought into how I would promote it and run it, and what exactly the goal of the contest is, but in terms of how I do the landing page, I make it as little text as possible. I put a video on there, and I make my submit button something like enter the contest now, or enter to win, or something like that.
Okay.
Any other questions that you guys have?
Jonathan, this is Don. I do have one.
Okay.
Slightly off subject there. Did you? I was unfortunate. I got in on late to the call here. But did you by any chance record this?
Yes, I did, and it'll be uploaded on the Patreon page.
Wonderful.
And it's all the way recorded.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Hi, I have a very simple question. After you generate the link, I'm confused of where does it go? Where do you put it? Does it
Great
automatically
question.
go on?
Great question. So, if you remember, when you generate a link, whether it's a squeeze page or a buyer page, so I'm gonna go back and make a squeeze page real quick. Just make a seller squeeze page, because we didn't do that. All the way at the top, all the way over, a seller squeeze page. I'm gonna click on it. I'm gonna type my source. This is where I'm going to be posting this link. Golly, my computer's killing me lately. And then I'm going to put in the area. So let's type in Baton Rouge. And you could do subdivisions. It doesn't just have to be a city. And now I'm going to click the green Generate Link button. After I generate this link, this is not saved anywhere, so you have to copy it. So I'm going to copy this link. You could save it in a Google sheet someone recommended. You could save it in Evernote, or any kind of notepad software on your computer. You could just have all of your squeeze pages and seller pages there. So when I make squeeze pages and landing pages for agents, we have a service that we do that for them. We create an Evernote file, and we put all their squeeze pages by what type of squeeze page they are. And it's usually they give me 3 or 4 areas they want to focus on, and we break down the price point. So here are all the homes, 150,000 to 300,000 in Austin, or in a specific subdivision. And we put all of them in an Evernote file for them. But what you want to do short term is copy that link, go up and open a new browser tab in your computer, paste that link, and then bookmark that link. So here's the page we just created, and I'm going to bookmark it. So you'll see it says the average price in Baton Rouge is $333,000. What's your home worth? Now, side note, on a seller squeeze page, if you're getting lots of zero valuations, here's why. If I go to put in my address, see how it automatically starts populating addresses here? If I just type my address and hit enter, it's going to show a zero valuation. I can still download the valuation as a consumer, but in my database on the back end office, it's going to show zero unless they click on that. They have to actually click on the address for it to show you the price of their home, what their home is worth. So it's a kind of, you got to use the right verbiage, like type in your address and then select the appropriate one that populates. I've had this conversation with KV Core about how frustrating that is, but it is what it is. That's why you get a zero valuation.
Automatically goes to your website.
Yeah. So this link, when they click on it, it's automatically going to go into my database. Yes, but you
Okay,
have
thank
to
you.
save that link and post it somewhere in a Word file, somewhere where you know here are all my squeeze page links I'm making. So someone was asking, I do lots of classes. I'm doing another one this afternoon at 2 p.m. It's a scripts mastermind. And I post all of my videos, the recordings of my classes on my Patreon page. I just posted that in the chat box there. It should have went to everyone. I don't know why it went to two people. If you don't mind muting out your mic, I can hear. We can hear your conversation.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hello.
Hey, Pat here. On your seller squeeze page that you put on Nextdoor,
Yep.
do you repost that like every month or?
Yes, I do. I post it. I post that all the time.
Okay.
How many of y'all are using RPR or something similar?
I'm not.
So
Yes, I am.
RPR is free, and it's a really great tool. And you can go in, and so I created. I'll show you this post that I made using landing pages, squeeze pages, and again, I'm gonna mute out everyone for 1 second. So this is I'm on Nextdoor. I'm logging into one of my posts, so you can see kind of what I did. And I've had lots of people in my subdivision talking to me about this post. So here it is. And you'll see it says trends happening in the greater Baton Rouge real estate market. And then you'll see this part. This part is giving them information right from RPR. And all I did, I don't have time to go over RPR. They have lots of classes in EXP about RPR. But I downloaded a market trend report for 70817, which is the zip code that I sponsor on Nextdoor. And I said, if you want to read the full report, click here to download it. And then, oh, by the way, if you want to see what's currently on the market, here are some of the homes for sale. Here are all the homes for sale in 70817 zip code. And so this link is to my to my 70817 squeeze page, all the homes for sale in 70817. Are you considering selling your home? Then this next page brings them to another squeeze page, but it's to generate seller leads. And then this is to a landing page. Did you know I work with several investors? They're always asking me for a great list of properties. Click here to get your list of great buys in Baton Rouge. And so this link takes them to a landing page. And then what I did here with these pictures, I just took a snippet of the front 2 pages of the report on RPR, so that when they on Nextdoor they saw these, and what happened was it didn't look like a normal real estate report. It looked more like a true trend report with information. And I've had lots of people in my subdivision when we're out walking and all, they're like, man, it was I really enjoyed the report. I've been reading it, and this has generated a lot of conversation. So you can combine, like, just get creative in how you combine all your tools, how you combine RPR with landing pages and squeeze pages, and don't be afraid to mix up a seller squeeze page with a buyer squeeze page and a landing page in one post. It could be a blog post. It could be a Facebook post. You could take that content and repurpose that content on multiple platforms. So if you went to my Instagram, you'd see that I did the same post you just saw on Nextdoor on Instagram, and I did the same thing on Facebook. So you want to have that content in multiple places. I'll unmute and just see real quick if we have any other questions before we dismiss. So you guys are unmuted. If you have any other questions, this would be the time to ask.
Question?
Yep.
I'm sure I know this, but I'm a little not quite on it today. Can we take those links that we're creating and then just turn them into Facebook ads?
You could. You definitely could. Hey, if you're not asking a question, just do me a favor and mute yourself. That way I can keep the lines unmuted. I can't
So
tell.
are we just taking the short links from those and then?
Yep. The short link is what you would use unless you're doing a Google AdWord. Then you would use the PPC link, the longer link. Again, anyone who's looking for the recording will be posted on my Patreon page, and I posted that link a couple times in the chat. Any other questions before we wrap up?
I do have a question, Jonathan. This
Okay.
is a little off topic. A while back we had Anthony Dizette on 101.
Yep.
That was an awesome class. Is he coming back ever to do part 2 with us?
I've talked to him. It's funny you said that. I actually had a conversation with Anthony yesterday, and I talked to him about once a week. I don't have a time of when he's coming back in, but he is coming back in to do. He's actually I'm gonna have him do a whole session like what we're doing right now on Instagram. And he said he was working on a couple of new things that he implemented since he taught the class, specifically with Instagram.
Very cool. Thanks.
You're very welcome. Any other questions, comments, thoughts before we wrap up?
Yeah, Jonathan, I have a quick one.
Yeah, okay.
Do you have any, or have you run into anything that a list or website somewhere that gives suggestions of various different types of landing pages, squeeze pages? I know you've gone through a fair amount, clearly in the short amount of time that we had, but I didn't know whether there was some resource out there that gave a lot of great ideas.
Tell me that. So rephrase that one more time, Don. I was muting a couple lines because I'm ADD and it was so hard for me to focus.
No, I was just, I know you've given us a lot of suggestions on various different types of landing pages and squeeze pages. Is there any resource out there that comes up that has a bunch of suggestions, ideas, and things like that we can think about?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm sure there are, but like some of the things that I try to do, and I'm just gotta mute everyone one more time, and then I'll answer this question, Don. And by the way, for you guys that are watching, you'll see Don's got some horses behind him. He's a world famous jockey, horse jockey. Did I say that right? Or is it horse jockey?
Yeah, horse jockey. Yeah.
Little secret that you guys didn't know. We got a famous person with us on the call. So there's a great book, and I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but it's called I don't even know the name of it. So you can get top dollar for your home, and it's the world's leading real estate experts reveal proven price strategies so you can get top dollar for your home. That's the longest title of a book I've ever heard in my life. But it's, if you just go to Amazon and type top dollar and Jay Kinder, it'll pop right up. And what it is nothing but, now this would be more geared for sellers, but you can incorporate some of this for buyers. It's different agents sharing their strategies for sellers. Man, I take this content, this is like my scripts. This is the content I use for my posts, in the verbiage in my landing pages, the way it helps me to get creative and think about where I post them and how I post them. It's always by my desk. I always pick it up because I pick up ideas that way. I'm sure you could go on YouTube and just YouTube real estate landing pages or squeeze pages, and someone's got some good resources. There's not anything particular. The way I work is just I try to get inside the head of a buyer or the head of a seller and go, how are they thinking? How are they searching? How are they using the internet? What would I click on? And then I go ask my kids. My son Jaden gives me all kind of ideas. And, he's really, he's got almost 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. So he's really big into what type of title you put to make someone click something. And so I'll ask him, and he'll actually give me feedback and go, no, you shouldn't make it this, you should make it this. And so I'll ask lots of people, and then I'll have good content where I can pull scripting out, because dialogue is not just in your verbal communication, but in your written communication as well. So I know that doesn't all the way answer your question, but that's kind of that's what I do, Don. I'm going to try unmuting one more time. Any other questions before we wrap up this this call?
Maybe your pool playing site can come on and do a class with us on how to generate traffic on YouTube.
Well, the little sucker makes more money than a lot of agents I know from YouTube, and he definitely knows what he's talking about. So it's fun watching him. Well, hey, listen, thank you guys for being here. And again, I will be leading a scripts mastermind today at 2 p.m. in EXP World in the RE Tech Conference Hall. We're going to talk about, you're going to get specific scripts. You're going to role play with some people in the class in a group setting, so it won't be too crazy. You're going to even make a couple phone calls while we're in the class. And then I'm sure we're going to hear some success stories from that. So if you don't have anything going on at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, hop over to the RE Tech Conference Hall in EXP World and join us. You guys have an awesome day.